Nothing that you will do in your brand will be used more often or for longer than your name. And it's not so much, is one good name better than another good name? It's getting the right name. Because if you get it right, first off, it's the highest frequency leverage, something that happens all the time. That's leverage for you. And the name compounds over time, right? So the difference between an okay name and the right name that actually creates a strategic advantage, it does really three things for you. First off, you have to get attention. I mean, you had to get attention 50 years ago, but now it's almost impossible to do that. Secondly, you got to hold their attention. Here's a kind of a $10 phrase. It has to be processing fluent. In other words, not only can I sort of pronounce it, but there's something in it that I can understand. And the third thing is, and this is what most people get wrong and why we have so many poor or okay names, it has to be surprising, not comfortable, not popular. There's something unexpected about it.
Are there examples? Can you kind of give us like the price of success here, where the product was the same, the team was the same, and you changed the name and there was a different outcome?
Look, Procter & Gamble came to us, right? They said, we're really disappointed. We wanted ProMop. We can't have it legally, and we want you to work with us on this. So they sent out samples, and the first thing we said was, first off, this isn't a mop. There's no stringy cotton on it. It was really easy to use. We did some research, and we found out nobody wants to mop. It's dirty, it's inefficient, all this. So we went back to P&G and said, look, let's bring this alive. Let's put some fun in this. It also had some materials and a little bit of magic, so it picked things up so it was more efficient. So boom, Swiffer.
What are the biggest mistakes companies make when it comes to their name? And it sounds like what you're saying is they choose something that's safe and comfortable, which causes them to be lost in the sea of sameness with everybody else.
There's a sequence that people end up with relatively comfortable names. We ask the question, well, how'd you get this name that you have right now? They'll say, well, our attorney called and they said, listen, we've got to put these documents together. We need a name. You guys got to figure this out. So we spent a few hours doing this, and now they're spending the time, the money to do it again. Second thing is, you really do have to know something about linguistics and how the brain processes information. That's this processing fluency thing. So there's something familiar and yet something surprising. That's our creative strategy here, is to really develop names that are surprisingly familiar, because the brains are a little lazy, if you will. And then I mentioned this before, you have to be unexpected.